recorded the highest levels ever. It's not a coincidence. So you study global markets. Where is the world going? Is the world now for rates or is it for stock market? Then you come to Kenya. Kenya, you study sectors. Now, there are many companies listed in the NSC. Some are in agricultural sector. We have Kapchorwa Tea, Williamson Tea, Kakuzi. That is at agricultural. And forgive me if I'm not talking to you. This issue I'm talking, I would rather talk to 5 people other than talk theory for all of you to grab. You get what I mean? I don't want to motivate you, no. Motivation, I don't think I fit the bill. I would rather speak to 3 people who will do it other than talk something that's very exciting. So after that sector, look at agricultural sector. How is it faring in Kenya? Automobiles, there is only one company listed called Car in General. You go to insurance, you go to banking, you go to technology, you go to energy, Kenya Power, Kengen, Total Kenya, such, Umeme. That helps you first of all see the trend in sectors. Like for me now, my number one sector of interest is banking. Because of all the sectors in Kenya, banking is making more money than all the rest in terms of growth in profitability. Then number 2, when I look at banking, it is the only sector in Kenya that they are expanding geographically massively, and they are not limited. That Equity Bank today here is now in DRC, is now in that other place, is already going to Ethiopia. So I look at that and say, now, if they are going to Ethiopia, this cashier yako moja will also go to fetch for me money from Ethiopia. You look at it that way. Then why stock sector? Then you zero in. Now let's say you are in banking. You zero in. What are the things you look at? You look at number 1, profitability of the company. How has it been profitable? Does it rise? How is the rise in profit? Between KCB, between Equity, between DTB, between ABSA. Number 2, in banking, you look for something called price to book value. Those who are writing, I can see a few. You look at something called price to book value. Price to book value is this. If you're starting a bank in Kenya today, the core capital has been 1 billion, though it is being increased. So if you are 10 people starting a bank, we will all cough in the 100 million shillings. We go start a bank. That is called core capital or shareholders' funds. Core capital or shareholders' funds. Now this is the lopsidedness in the Kenyan market and the opportunities I see. Most of the banks are now trading below that 1 billion. Forget about the billion. I'm not talking about the billion. Shares already are subdivided. Zinatoka shiriki hata 20, kuna ya 10. HF is like 9 shillings. Equity is like 60. KCB around the same level. So these billions are for the entire company. Many banks are trading at below their core capital. A bank like Equity Bank is trading at 70% of its core capital. The cheapest bank in Kenya in terms of shares now, Diamond Trust Bank, has core capital of 99 billion, and the entire wealth of the company is 33 billion. So to me, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything, I'm just talking. So I look then after that, is it profitable? Is it this? Is it this? Then I silently go and buy. You get what I mean? As I finish, so that I don't like talking abstract. And I'm saying it in all good faith. Last year, and I'm not saying it happens all the time, I'm just saying go and analyze, do some homework. Kenya Power was trading at 1 shilling, 70 cents, 80 cents, thereabout. In fact, the few I have, I bought them at around an average of 1.7 shillings or 1.8 shillings. So let's do the math using you here. You had 1.7 million shillings. We are talking about last year, August. It was that price. So you had 1.7 million shillings. So you could buy 1 million shares. 1 million shares you could buy. And I need, buying shares sio ile mambo ya madharau, tuonyeshe box namba ya guka yako. You walk into a stockbroker, you open a CDS account, it is open. So 1.7 million shillings would have bought you 1 million shares. We're talking about last year, guys. That share, as of yesterday, after falling because it's now ex-dividend, those are things we'll talk about at some other time. It's now trading ex-dividend, so meaning shares become inashuka kidogo. To take care of that, then inapata tena. Let's say an average of 12 shillings. An average of 12 shillings. So your 1.7 million shillings last year in August is how much? How much? Harin is how much? 12 million. But you took years to buy a car, eh? But you also bought a plot. Uko na plot. Sawa basi hata we use the shares uniambie. This person with the shares, ask them for money. They'll come with it after 2 days. Kenya is something called T+2. When you sell your shares today, after 2 days, the money is in your bank. Take Kengen. By July, it was 5 shillings. July this year. Now, is around 8.5 thereabout. It seems very small money, but it means your 500,000 in July is now 850, and you're already waiting for dividend of 90 cents, which is 90,000, another money on top of that. So that's why I keep on talking about this every day. The stock market in Kenya is undervalued. Undervaluation mostly comes up because of information gap. You go study. What other people don't know is what benefits you. Because you see a glaring opportunity. When you see a glaring opportunity, you take note, you act, but other people are still buying plots and cars. Then later on, you still buy a car, but instead of that one your friend has, you buy the other one. Now you'll have. You know which one. You still buy the plot, but you not buy the plot that other interior place. You buy this other one near the road, that place you know. That is the beauty about investment, and it's not gambling. You are investing in a company, you are getting shares, you become a shareholder, you go to the ATM, you can ask questions, you can give inputs, and you grow it. And very lastly, I invest in it and I vouch for it because many other investment instruments don't have life. When you buy a treasury report, you are told, or a treasury report, you are paid per annum but half yearly. But the money you invested, the 1 million, after 10 years, if it's a 10-year board, you still get it at 1 million. It has no life. But if I buy a share in Equity Bank, people who bought when it was just Kenya, it expands to Ethiopia, it's getting life. It's like buying a dama. Dama is a calf. Umenunua ikiwa a calf. This calf bears a calf. It starts producing milk. This other calf gets another calf. The calf gets another calf. And the calf is called a herd. Investing in a company is in that manner. Because company has life, it keeps on growing. Very, very lastly, national issues in 2 minutes. The reason you see me talk about Safaricom shares and talk about the undervaluation it is going through and why the government is giving it for free, I talk about it because I know Kenya deserves more in the sale of Safaricom shares. We are being told we are selling a share at 34 shillings. Ama hamjasikia share zenu za Safaricom zinauzwa? Inaweza kuwa maybe nimekuja hapa kuwapea story. Mshakae kwani nauza SIM cards. Shares za Safaricom serikali iko na 35%. Sasa inataka kuuza 15%. Na hakuna shida. In fact, that's not even the argument. The argument is we are selling these shares at 34. And then I asked them why. You know, it's market price. And I asked them, guys, what are you saying? Market price what? As we talk now in the US, Netflix and Paramount are bidding for, I think, Disney or some other company there. It's Warner Brothers, I think. A listed company, mbona hawakuenda wanunue shares vile zinatoka kwa market? Why are they bidding? In the most mature market in the world, you want to buy a company, a big stake, the company is already listed, and you don't hear them talk about market price. Because they are competent. And they know market price just provides liquidity, but there is much more value beyond market price. And I gave this story the other day. 2014, after nimetoka KU, I had some few shares of a company called Rea Vipingo. It was 27.5 shillings. Then some other guys decided, we want to take over this company. And they came and said, now that the company is 27.5, we are offering 40 shillings per share. Hey, mimi nasuja zangu sijui 1,000 nikaona siwatulipe haraka haraka. Because I thought I'm getting a good deal, 45% of my money. Kama tumekaa hivyo, Chris Kirope mwenye mnamjua na kampuni yake ya Centum wakaenda CMA sijui wapi tukasikia no. These guys had given a bid of 40. Centum have given a bid of 50. Hey, then I thought, in my mind I was wondering, si Kirope achane na hii story bana. Atadili hawa watu wa change mind. That was what I was wondering. But Kirope put up a bid of 50 bob, Centum. Within a few days, another company called Vania put in a bid of 55. Mimi natusia zangu, unajua mimi nasifanya tu hesabu yangu that time. 1,000 shares, I bought it 27,500. So this is already 55. This guy should stop the show. Me, I need this money now. Haya, mimi nikifikiria tumefika mwisho. These guys who had offered 40 bob offered 70. But then they sat down with Chris Kirope. They told him, please, Rafiki, withdraw your bid. Because hawakutaka msozano tena past that. Kirope told them, no, fine. On behalf of the other shareholders, we are offering 70, but also me, as a person who is bidding Centum, because you have so much land in Vipigo, you are going to sell me 10,000 acres for an 80,000 an acre. Those people who know Centum, the development you see ukipita Mtwapa huko inaitwa Vipigo Ridge or something, is around Vipingo. That is where that 10,000 acres came from. But that's not even the point. Then he said, after we buy this land, you also distribute some of that money to the shareholders. So they give us 70 shillings and another 15 out of the sale of the land. So my share of 27.5 shillings, which maybe if it was 1,000 shares, I had spent 27,500 shares, I pocketed 85,000. Now tell me, good guys, this hall is full of graduates. Don't we want value for Kenya? Between 27 shillings and 85 shillings, which is better? Why are we then subjecting a government asset to be sold in the first bid? My argument is, open Safaricom bid. Let those guys who are bidding in the 34 bid. Give MTN, is also a telco, an opportunity to bid at maybe another price. Give Etisalat an opportunity to bid at a higher price. Give KKR, it's an investment company from the US, an opportunity to bid. Give Blackstone, give BlackRock, and all the other investment companies. Because when we sell this share at a higher price, Kenya gets more money to build more roads, and that is my argument. And anyone who would not want to do that, there can only be one reason, that they have self-interest inside of that bid. If there is no self-interest, who have told you that there is only one company that can buy and they are fixed price? My take is, open up Sell to people, let's get the highest bid, let Kenya get the best deal out of the sale of Safaricom shares. Na hayo mengi, mimi nawatakia mema. And because you come from the Stanford of Kenya, I wish you future billionaires all the best. I wish you current employers and future employers that you'll have companies that will employ thousands and thousands of Kenyans. And out of that, because you'll be so wealthy, you'll be so rich, that you'll actually give to your endowment fund to become like the one for Stanford University. Where only one guy walks into the university, tells the vice chancellor, oh, you are building an admin block. That is no longer the problem of the university. Give me 1 year, it will be here. That is what I wish of all of you here. And my parting shot is that I am not motivating you. I'm telling you things that are practical and things that you can become. So I wish you all the best. Happy Jam Holiday, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year, future tech billionaires. Asanteni sana.